The 36th Division was a cavalry division in the National Revolutionary Army. It was created in 1932 by the Kuomintang for General Ma Zhongying, who was also its first commander. It was made almost entirely out of Hui Muslim troops. All of its officers were Hui, with a few thousand Uighurs forced conscripts in the rank and file. It was commonly referred to as the KMT 36th Division, or Tungan 36th Division. Original organization: General Ma Zhongying, a Muslim who had trained under Chiang Kai-shek at Whampoa, a military academy in Nanjing in 1929, was the 36th Division chief. Kemal Kaya Effendi, a Turk and a former Ottoman military officer, was chief of staff to Ma Zhongying. 1st Brigade commanded by General Ma Zhongying, 2nd Brigade commanded by General Ma Zhongying. Cavalry regiments were divided into 2,000 men each by horse color, black, brown, or white. Infantry then followed cavalry. Su Qinsho was General Ma Zhongying's chief of staff. Pai Suli was another commander in the 36th Division. An unnamed 36th Division general was encountered by Peter Fleming. Ma Hushan was original deputy divisional commander, then promoted to chief of the 36th Division. Equipment. Primary equipment consisted of Dadao swords, bolt-action Lee-Enfield rifles, captured Soviet rifles, machine guns, and light cannons. Soviet rifles marked with 1930 dates were seized by Chinese Muslim soldiers from Russians during the Soviet invasion of Xinjiang as war booty. Uniform and insignia. Ma Zhongying's troops wore green uniforms. Many of the troops wore Kuomintang blue sky with a white sun armbands, and used Kuomintang blue sky with a white sun banners. Training. Ma Zhongying made his men train in sub-zero temperatures, and they used shadow fencing to train and parallel bars for exercise. Ma Hushan forced his men to drill every day, conducting siege maneuvers and cavalry attacks. Peter Fleming said, "I have never seen troops in China train so hard." It is documented that troops sang Chinese Muslim marching songs. Ma Zhongying himself had a harmonium with him and spent hours playing Muslim hymns. On it, he also kept Mauser pistols. Ma Zhongying cited as his role models Genghis Khan, Napoleon, Bismarck, Hindenburg, and Zhao Zongtang. Recruitment tactics. Xinjiang War. Kizil Massacre. Uighur and Kyrgyz Turkish fighters broke their agreement not to attack a column of retreating Han Chinese and Chinese Muslim soldiers from Kashgar. Battle of Aksu, a minor battle in which Chinese Muslim troops were expelled from the Aksu oases of Xinjiang by Uighurs when they rose up in revolt. Battle of Sextash, a minor battle when Chinese Muslim troops under General Ma Zhongying attacked and inflicted a defeat upon Uighur and Kyrgyz armies at Sextash. About 200 Uighur and Kyrgyz were killed. Battle of Kashgar. Uighur and Kyrgyz forces led by the Bufra brothers and Tawfiq Bey attempted to take the city of Kashgar from Chinese Muslim troops under General Ma Zhongying. They were defeated. Han Chinese troops commanded by Brigadier Yang were absorbed into Ma Zhongying's army. A number of Han Chinese officers were spotted wearing the green uniforms of Ma Zhongying's unit of the 36th Division. Presumably they had converted to Islam. Battle of Urumqi. The 36th Division twice attempted to take the city of Urumqi. The second time, they were joined by Han Chinese army under Zhang Piyuan. Battle of Tutung. In 1934, 2 brigades of Soviet Gosudarstvennoye Politicheskoye Upravlenie troops of about 7,000 backed by tanks, planes, and artillery with mustard gas, attacked the 36th Division near Tutung. The battle raged for several weeks on the Tutong frozen river. 36th Division troops dressed up in sheepskins in the snow and charged Soviet machine gun posts with swords to defeat a Soviet pincer attack. Soviet planes bombed the 36th Division with mustard gas. Heavy casualties mounted on both sides before Ma Zhongying ordered the 36th Division to withdraw. Battle of Daoancheng. Ma Zhongying encountered a Soviet armored car column of a few hundred soldiers near Daoancheng. The 36th Division wiped out nearly the entire column after engaging the Soviet in savage hand-to-hand combat, and rolled the wrecked Soviet armored cars off the mountainsides. When a White Russian force showed up, Ma Zhongying withdrew. Battle of Kashgar. 36th Division General Ma Zhongying stormed Kashgar and attacked the Uighur and Kyrgyz rebels of the 1st East Turkestan Republic. He freed another 36th Division General Ma Zhongying, who was trapped by the Uighurs and Kyrgyz. Ma Zhongying repulsed 6 Uighur attacks, inflicting massive casualties on the Uighur forces. 2,000 to 8,000 Uighur civilians were killed in revenge for the Kyzyl massacre. General Ma Zhongying gave a speech at Ija Mosque, reminding the Uighurs to be loyal to the Republic of China government at Nanjing. Several citizens at the British consulate were killed by the 36th Division. Battle of Yanghi Hisar. Ma Zhongying led the 36th Division to attack Uighur forces at Yanghi Hisar, wiping out the entire Uighur force, and killing the Emir Enua armored Jan Bufra. Battle of Yarkand. Ma Zhongying defeated the Uighur and Afghan volunteers sent by King Muhammad Zahir Shah and exterminated them all. The Emir Abdullah Bufra was killed and beheaded, his head put on display at Ija Mosque. Charklik Revolt. The 36th Division under General Ma Zhongying crushed a revolt by the Uighurs in the Charklik Oasis. Administration of Tunganistan. The 36th Division under General Ma Zhongying administered the oases of southern Xinjiang, and their administration was dubbed Tunganistan by Western travelers. Ma Zhongying and the 36th Division declared their loyalty to the Kuomintang government in Nanjing and sent emissaries to Nanjing requesting aid to fight against Chiang Shikai's provincial forces and the Soviet Union. The administration which was set up was colonial in nature. The Chinese Muslims started putting up street signs and names in Chinese, which used to be in only Uighur language. They also sought to live a Chinese lifestyle, importing Chinese cooks and baths. Islam barely played a role except as a vague spiritual focus for unified opposition against Chiang Shikai and the Soviet Union. The Uighurs in the Charklik Oasis revolted against the 36th Division in 1935, and the Chinese Muslims crushed the Uighur insurgents, executed 100 people, and took the family of the Uighur chief as hostages. Camels were requisitioned by the 36th Division in Shershan, redesignation prior to the Sino-Japanese War. In summer 1937, however, the 36th Division was reorganized as a German-trained infantry division for the battles of Shanghai and Nanking. In 1942, this division under Major General Li Qipeng sent into Burma as part of the Chinese Expeditionary Force to secure the Burma Road and rescue British forces. It played a pivotal part in the Chinese retreat from Burma and successfully blocked the Japanese 56th Division's advance in the Battle of Salween River in 1942.